Hello friends, a very warm welcome to Coding Techniques again. Today we are going to work with the social sharing plugin with Capacitor, but actually it is a Cordova plugin. We are going to implement that up with Capacitor. So it's going to be pretty interesting. We are going to see how to share in Facebook and all the other social media applications which is needed by most of you. So what are you waiting for? Let's jump into the video. But before that, wait on. Before that, if you haven't seen my course as of now, just go and watch it. Okay, the link is there in the description. It is in Udemy. It is running in bestseller, and also there is a lot of new content that is available out there. So go and check it out. If you haven't enrolled in that course right now, still there is a limited period offer that is going on. You can check that out in the link that is given in the description. Go and check it right now. So with that being said, let's dive into this video right now. Hi there. So in this lecture, we are going to work with the social sharing app. Now I have already created a new project. Let me just show you out here. This is the command that I used for creating a new project. And after that, so after this is done, it is asking me for creating a new Ionic account. Where was it actually? I just missed it out. Alright, it should be at the bottom. Yes, this is the one. So I just hit no because I don't want to do it up because it will use Ionic app flow. So I don't want to use that up. Then I'm simply going ahead and creating the project. Then I enter this particular location. After entering this particular location, I simply hit this particular command, code space dot, and the project has opened up in the Visual Studio Code. Now in the Visual Studio Code, let me simply run this particular one in the browser using Ionic serve. Alright, it has opened up in the browser. Let me arrange it nicely. I'll just inspect it up. Okay. And move this outside, dock this outside in this particular manner. Fine. Then out here, let me just change it to S8 because this is a bigger screen, right? And out here, let me just change it to fit to window. Now it is fine. So this one, I'll simply minimize it up for the time being. And what I'll do out here, let me just change it. Now, in fact, in the capacitor.config.ts also, I have changed the app ID in this particular manner and the app name also. If you want to know about it, in the previous lecture where I have shown how to create an Ionic application with Capacitor where you can build APK, run it in Android and iOS. So you can just check this video if you want. So this is the whole stuff that is run. That is why I am having out here Android and iOS folders also. Okay, but I will show you from the scratch out here. Don't need to worry. So this is the one that we have done. I'll just simply close it up and clear up everything in the content. And content, let me just clear everything up in this particular manner. I'll change it to social sharing. Okay, and remove this translucent. We don't need that. Styling also, I don't need any styling. Let me remove all of it. Now it is a pure empty project. Now let me just minimize this up in this particular manner so that I can see all the things in the same screen itself directly, right? Okay, this is done. Now it is fine, I suppose. Let me just reduce it a bit. Now it's perfect. So what should I do now? I'll simply use the social sharing plugin of Cordova in Capacitor. So how we are going to do that up? Let me just show you. So out here, let me open up another tab in this particular manner. I have opened up the incognito mode. No need to worry. It's the same thing only. So I'll just go to ionicframework.com/docs, and out here I'll go to the native one. Now in the native section, I will look for social sharing. So let me simply search for it. Social, for this one, you can use Ctrl+F, or in Mac, Command+F. Okay, sharing. Okay, you can see this is the one. I'll click on it. And it has opened up. Let me close this. Alright, so out here I can share text, files, images and links via social network, SMS and email. So this is what we can use. So at first we need to simply install this particular plugin. I'll copy it up and install it out here. At first, let me open up another node, and out here I'll simply run this particular command. Alright, so the first installation is done. The second one also I'll simply run it out here. Okay, now let me just see the third one, which is Ionic Cap Sync. That is what we need to run. Let me just copy it and I'll come out here. Now in fact out here, if you run this particular command out here, in my case it will run, but in your case it will give you an error because you do not have the www folder which is out here, because I have run out here the command Ionic build. Okay, so if you don't run this command, then you won't have this www folder and the command won't run, the third command. So you need to simply hit enter, then this will be created. Alright, That's what you need to do. I won't do that up because I have already done that. Ionic build, remember that. Okay. After that, I have added the platform for Android and iOS. So Ionic cap. Okay, let me just hide this so that you can see it properly. Okay. Ionic cap, add Android. That's how you can do. Okay. Once you do that up, the folder for Android will be created in this particular manner. Similarly, for iOS, you can have Ionic cap, add iOS, and the iOS folder will also be created out here. Remember one thing, if you change this particular package name out here, then it's better. If you haven't changed, you need to change that up, and you can use search and replace out here. Okay, the package name which was by default, you can just type it out here, and the original package name you can type it out here, the one which you want to pass, and simply replace it everywhere. Now out here you need to pass your domain name at first in the reverse manner. Okay, com.technyks is my one. So if you do not have a domain name still, it should be unique name that you want to pass out here, and then the app name you can pass without hyphen and without space. Okay, so that is pretty quick. All right, once that is done, we are good to go. I have already added this up, so I won't do that up. Let's check the plugin now. What is in that? So I'll just scroll down, and it supports in all the ways. Okay, browser also and everywhere. Okay, fine, that's pretty good. Now this is how we inject it in the constructor, but at first, for using it up, I need to go to app.module.ts, for which I have used the command plus P for Mac and control plus P for Windows. So I'll just have app.module. This is the one, second one. Out here in the providers, I simply need to pass this particular plugin. So social sharing, you can see suggestion is coming up. I'll simply hit enter, but out here it will give you an error because I have to type at the very end /ngx. Okay, now the error is gone because out here also you can see at the very end you have /ngx. Okay, remember that. After that is done, I can use it simply by injecting it in the constructor. So let's do that up. I'll go to the home page. Let me go to the home page TypeScript, and out here I'm going to work with that. So I'll just create a function called social sharing, and in this particular function we are going to perform some functionality, but at first let me just inject it up. So I'll just add it. Now you can see the import is proper, right? Okay, the names are same out here, but what we are going to do, well, we are going to use WhatsApp social sharing. Okay, so I've just changed the name. All right, now the errors are gone. So let's see what all things we can do out here. We can share it via email. First, you can check whether you can share or not, and once it gives you the option that you can share, definitely you can go for that. Okay, but what else do we need to see out here? Well, everything is not given out here. Let me just go to let me open this up, and out here I'll just scroll down. I have to scroll down a bit more. So this is how you can share in Facebook, Twitter also. All right, in iOS, we'll check that out. But what we have to do in order to do that up, so this is the one. Okay, we don't need to do that up because we are in the capacitor one, but this permission is needed. So let me just simply have this up. If you want to store something locally, then you need this permission. And for iOS, you will need to add social.framework and message UI.framework to your project. Okay, we will check it one by one, but let me just go to the Android manifest at first and paste this permission out there after the internet one. Okay, all right, so in the index.html it is asking me to have this script, but what for it is needed? Well, it is given for the iOS, so what? Not exactly. Download the source file for iOS and or for Android. Okay, let me skip all of these things and let's check the other stuff, what we can do. So if I just have this share options, then I will get all the options, I suppose. Then sharing directly to Twitter. This is how you can do this up. Let's try this out instead of looking at a lot of stuff. So what I'll do, I'll go to the home page, and in the iron content, let me just have a button, iron button, in which I'll simply have Twitter. Okay, at first, then out here, let me expand it to block, and a class of iron margin will be better. All right, so this is the button that I'm going to have. So in this particular function, share via Twitter, let me just have this, click share via Twitter. That's gonna be the function name. Let me copy this up, and in the TypeScript, I'm going to paste it out here. Okay, in this particular manner. Fine. Out here, what am I going to do? I'm simply going to use this dot social sharing dot you can see all the options are coming up. Share via Twitter. Okay, the function name will be same. Don't need to worry because this is in the social sharing, so I don't have any problem. Now within this, I can simply pass the message, image, and a URL also. All right. Now what I'll do, I'll pass a message at first. Test Twitter sharing. Then for the image, I'll pass null because I'm not passing any image as of now. Then for the URL, let me simply pass a URL. Let me call it, say, http://technyks.com. Okay. Or should I give the latest URL for the video? Let's do that up. Let's try this. So I'll just open YouTube, Coding Technyks, and search for a URL. So this is the latest one. So let me just open this up. And what I will do, share, I've got the link, I'll copy it up and let me pass it out here directly instead of this one. All right. Okay. This is the thing that we need to use. What is it? Actually, it is a promise. So for a promise, we have to use then and catch, right? So let me use it up out here. Then let me maximize it up so that you will be able to see it pretty nicely, right? So let me just break it down a bit, and out here within the then we will get some result. So let me just look for the response, what exactly response I do get. All right, so I'll just log the response out here in this particular manner, and if there is any error, then I'll get it in the catch one in this particular manner and log that too. All right, so this is something wrong. Okay, it should be this one. All right, now this is done. So share via Twitter is ready, but we will use it all together because in the browser it won't work directly. Let me just show you. So let me just minimize it again. Now if I click on it, let's see what happens. You can see nothing has happened, right? And if I just open this up in the console log, Cordova not available. That's how it shows. Okay. So we will check it in the Android and iOS. Don't need to worry. Let's pass on all the functionalities at first. Okay. So this is us for the Twitter. Let's check for the other one. So let me simply close this and check it out here. For the Facebook, it is given, right? So this is the one for the Facebook. Okay, message via Facebook. A lot of things actually is given out here. Okay, too many things in fact. Let's try this one. So let me simply copy this up, paste it once again, change the name to share via Facebook. All right, and this one also share via Facebook. Okay, now within this we have a message, email, image, and a URL. So it's going to be the same stuff only. Test Facebook sharing. Okay, so the same functionality only. Then the next one which I'm going to have is for the which one should I use? For the email one, let's go for that. For the email, so share via email. Now in the email one also, what I have, message, subject you can pass. So message is test email sharing, subject sharing. Then the next one will be to whom you are passing it up. So, and after that, what is it? CC. Okay, BCC files, what you want to share, you can share that up. All right, but I don't want to do that. So I'll simply pass out here 2 and nothing else is needed. So let me simply remove all of it. Okay, comma. For the 2, let me pass it to, let's say, technyks@gmail.com. Okay. All right. It should be an array of string. All right. I will have to pass it in this particular format. Now it's fine. So this was for the email one. Then what else do we have? All right. There is Instagram also. That's great. So in the Instagram also, what can we do? Let me just copy the Facebook one. I think it's going to be the same thing only for Instagram also. Let me copy and paste it out here for the Instagram. Okay. This one will be share via Instagram. Test Instagram sharing. Okay, out here also you can simply pass message and image. All right, and I think image is mandatory out here to pass. So let me just do one thing. This one is fine. I need to remove this null, and for the image, well, I need to pass a URL. So how do I get a URL out here? Let me just do one thing. Let me get it from the GitHub one. So I'll just open up my GitHub. This is my GitHub account, and I'll open up the repositories. Well, which one should I go for? Let's go for the camera one. Okay, the latest one only. I'll go for that. The screenshot, I have it out here. I'll just open this up, copy this particular link, and go out here, and I'll paste it out here for the Instagram one instead of the video link. All right, so I hope this will work. Okay, the Instagram is also ready. Now what is the next one that I can have? Let me close this. Instagram is done. Then the WhatsApp, which is the most awaited one. Let's check this one. So I really wanted to show you the WhatsApp one mainly. So let me just change the function name to share via WhatsApp. And out here, well, I'm going to have the same stuff only. Copy it and paste it out here. Just change it to share via WhatsApp. So out here, what I can pass is message, image, and URL. Okay. So the message gonna be test WhatsApp sharing. Okay. Then what was the second one? The image. So let me simply pass this image link only, which I had out here for the Instagram one. Let me simply copy this one. Okay, and I will have it out here. Okay, not for the email. This is the one. Let me just remove it. Within a string, I'm going to pass it up. So this is the image. The third one is the URL if you want to pass any URL. So let me pass the URL. The video URL should I pass? Let's try this out. Video URL. Where is it? This is the one. Let me simply copy this up and out here. Well, I'm going to paste it. Okay, there are two quotes. Let me remove one. Now it's fine. Okay. So WhatsApp is also ready. What else do we have? Is there anything which is important? Share WhatsApp to phone. So you can directly share via WhatsApp to a particular phone number. So let's do that up. So I'll just copy this one, paste it once again. WhatsApp to phone. Then this one, share via WhatsApp to phone. And out here, well, I have to pass the phone number, and remember, with phone number, you just have to pass the code also. Okay. So if you don't pass the code, it won't work. So that is what I'm going to do out here. Let me simply pass the phone number at first. As a string, I'm going to pass it up because it accepts this string. Okay. So let me just give +91. You won't be able to see the number. So this is my country code, which I've given out here. Then I'll type the number. Let me just break it down. So in the first one, I have the number with the country code at the first. After that, I need to pass the message. So test WhatsApp to phone sharing. Then which one is the next one? You can share any file or an array of files. So I'll be directly sharing this particular link. Won't work, I think, because it is of type single or multiple files. You can send a URL also, which is the fourth one. So in the third one, let me simply pass null for the time being. I've already shown you how to share the file. So via the Capacitor plugin. So you can simply get it from the camera and pass the image out here, the image file out here, and it's gonna work the same way. Okay. But I'm going to just test this thing up right now. Let's check what is the next one. So once this is done, so this is by abide. What is that? That means the address book ID. The first argument on iOS needs to be an address book ID. You can find those abide by using the Cordova context plugin. Okay. So let's just check this out. I'm not pretty much sure about this, how to use this up. I haven't used this. So I suppose, let me simply copy this up and I'll paste it to receiver and share WhatsApp to receiver. Within this, well, you need to pass the receiver, pass phone number on Android and address book ID on iOS, then the message to send, then the image and URL. Everything is same, but this address book ID, well, I have to check it out. What is it actually? Where is the error that is popping up? Okay, out here I'm getting an error. Why is it so? All right, there we go. This is the error. It is popping up out here also. All right, what have I done wrong? 1, 2, 3 and 4. The fourth one is the URL, and the third one, okay, my mistake. For the URL, I won't pass this particular one. So let me just cut this image. I'll simply pass this particular URL of the video. And that's what I'm going to do out here also. Let me just cut this particular one. Sometimes it is hard to make some changes pretty quickly. Now it's ready, right? That's better. The errors are gone. Alright, so as it is shown out here, you can see, well, the abide means the address book ID. So I think it's gonna be the ID in the order, how it is kept in the address book. And that's how you can determine it in the particular WhatsApp in iOS. Okay. So I won't check that up for the time being because I need to get the context plugin to work with that. So for the time being, let me simply comment this up. Okay. We will work with that. Let's see if needed later on. Or you can just try this up with the context plugin. So once that is done, you can try with the SMS, then email also. Well, email I think we have already seen, right? Never mind. What else we have? If Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp or email is not available, the error callback is called within the text not available. And in fact out here, if you feel lucky, you can even try to start any application with the share via function. So you can use the share via function out here like this one, and you can simply pass the package name out here and it's going to open it up, or you can directly pass the name also. If Facebook is not installed, the error will be invoked with message not available. Fine. So you can simply type the name and it's going to open up in that particular manner. So I think that's how it's going to work. Looks pretty okay. So this is the whole stuff I think which we need to check. So I think we are good to go. And in fact, you can use directly share option also. What it does is you can pass the message, title, the URL, or with the file, I think it is the file one, array of files, and then the URL one you can pass. Too many things actually to work with, but let me just show you the main parts. That is why I just created this up. So we will share via this particular ways. Okay, let's have the button for each and every one. Let me maximize it up and copy this button quickly, paste it many times. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, what else do we have? Facebook, Instagram, then email, WhatsApp, WhatsApp to phone. That's what we have. So email, WhatsApp, then WhatsApp to phone. All right, that's what we are going to have. Let me comment the last one, or I'll remove it. Now let me change the name of it, the function name. Share via Facebook, share via Instagram, share via email, share via WhatsApp, share via WhatsApp to phone, right? All the things are ready. Let's check it out here again. Let me minimize it up at first. Now you can see all the buttons are showing up. So it's time to run it in Android and iOS. Do we need any permission for that? For Android, we have already done that. For iOS, nothing is shown out here. So I don't think we need to do anything. Let me just check it once again to the top. So users on Android and iOS, but before that, any permission that is needed. This is a thing. For iOS, you need to add social.framework and message.ui.framework to your project. Click your project. Okay. Build phases, link binary when library, search for add social.framework and message.ui.framework. So I'm not getting that up, but let's try this up at first. Then we will see whether we need something or not. So out here, let me just try it with Android at first. So I'll open up in Android. So Ionic cap. Let me first sync the project. So sync. I'll just run this command, the third command, because all the changes are being done out here. All right, the syncing is done. Let me open it up in Android. So Ionic cap, open Android, hit enter. And this is going to open up the Android Studio. There you go. And all the setup is ready, right? Now, if you want to run this in the emulator, well, the emulator is already showing up. I've already created one. So you can directly go out there and click run. It's going to work. But I will run it in the real device because I have WhatsApp out there, Facebook and Instagram also. Okay. So now out here, well, I've connected my device. Let me just connect it once again because it is not showing up as of now. All right. I've connected it once again and now it is showing up, right? So when it is showing up, I'll simply hit on the play button. Now it's going to install the application in my Android phone and it's launching the activity in my phone. Let me open the recording in my phone so that I can show you. All right. So it has opened up. Let me click on Twitter. Okay. So whom do I need to send the message? Let me select my own name only and I'll hit on next. And you can see out here, this is the same message and link which we have typed. I will not hit the send button, but you can see I'm getting redirected to the Twitter. Okay. Redirect message to Twitter. And let me close the other applications. So this is how you can redirect to Twitter directly. Okay. By using this particular plugin. Now let me try for the Facebook one. So I'll click on Facebook and you can see for the Facebook, it is showing up once again. That's great. So for the Facebook, what all things we have shared? Well, we have shared the link and I think we have shared the message also. Let me just check it out. Where is it? Out here. For the Facebook one, what else we have done? I have shared this particular message, but that message is not showing up out here. Why is that so? But anyways, the link is being shared. So that's pretty fine. The video link. So I'm happy with that stuff, but the message is not working. Why? I don't know. So you just try the message once again because it is of type string. So we have typed the string, but still it is not passing it up. I don't know why. Anyways, let's leave that. You can just try this up, okay, on your own. Let me go to the application. I'll click on the back, discard, and I'm back into the application once again. I'll click on the Instagram one. You must have those applications, otherwise it's not going to redirect, and I think it will redirect you to the browser if you don't have it. So okay, so allow, unable to load image. Okay, let me hit on it again, unable to load image. So what exactly we are passing in the image? Well, we are passing the GitHub link, but why it is not been able to load this image? Let me simply copy this URL and try this up. Let me just maximize it, and I'll copy this particular URL in this particular manner. Okay, and I'll go to the browser out here. Let me paste this and hit enter. Well, this is opening up, but this is actually the link for this particular one. I don't think this is the actual image that we are passing, so I need to get this particular image link, right? For that, what should I be doing? Well, I think I need to send something else out here. But let's try the other stuff at first. So let me just go for the email right now. Let me just open out here. Okay, I'll minimize it up once again first. Alright, now I'll show you in the application once again. For the email one, let me go for the email. And in the email, well, you can see out here test email sharing, and in the email also what we are exactly doing, we are sharing the text message via this particular email. Okay, that's what we can do. We can even share the file also out here, but we are not sharing anything as of now. So, but whatever we are sharing, it is showing out here. So that's pretty good. So email is also working, right? Then the next one and the most important one is the WhatsApp one. Let's try this out. So I'll just click out here, and you can see it is getting redirected to the WhatsApp. Now in the WhatsApp, I'll select one account and I will click on the send button. Alright, the message and the link is showing up to share. So this is the message and this is the link that is getting out there, but not the image. So I think I have to change the image. I cannot pass this particular image directly. Okay, so not to worry, I'll do that up. But at least this is working. If you share the image, it will work pretty nicely. Alright, so I'm okay with this one also. Now I'll just go back again to the application. Alright, and I'll try the WhatsApp to phone. Let me try this up, and you can see I'm getting the option for WhatsApp. Actually, it should not come up. It should directly open the WhatsApp application. So it is just asking me for the one time. I can choose remember my choice. I'll select WhatsApp, and you can see to this particular phone number directly this message will be sent. So I'll just go back. Okay, if you pass any other phone number, then also it will work. I'll click on it again this time, as I clicked on remember my choice. So again, it won't ask me, and I can see out here the URL to the video and the message. So this is also working. So everything is working pretty nicely. Just the Instagram, because the image is not available, proper image is not available. That is why it is giving us the error. Otherwise, everything is pretty good to go. Correct? So I'm very happy with all this stuff. So everything is working for the social sharing. Now I'll simply change it up, and I'll try this time in the WhatsApp, because in the Android you have already seen it's going to work. There is no problem at all. So let me just get an image at first, then I'll show you. Now for the iOS, I can do one thing. I have out here the assets folder. So let me just share something from here itself only. What do I have? Favicon. So I can just get this and share it, because this is also an image, and I'll have to share it via as a string only. So let's try this out. What if I pass it directly instead of this particular URL? I'm not pretty much sure, but let's try this out. So asset/imgs, not imgs, it's icon, right? /favicon.png. That's what I'm going to have in the WhatsApp one, right? Let me copy this up, and I'll have it everywhere, wherever I am passing that particular image. So this is in the Instagram also. Let me just paste it. Let me break it down so that I can do it quickly. Alright, this is the whole stuff. Let me select this up till here, and I'll paste it. Fine. Now let's try it in the Android one only quickly. Then we will look into for the iOS one. Everything is good to go. Let's try this out. So I'll go to the Android one again. Alright, the device is showing up. Let me just hit this particular run button again, and it's going to override the earlier application. Let me open the screen recording also. And out here this time I'll go for the Instagram one at first. Let me click on that. Alright, unable to load image. How about the WhatsApp one? Let me select an account. If I'm sending something, well, out here also the image is not showing up. Well, that's because I haven't linked this. So I need to link the project at first. So for that I need to sync the project. So Ionic cap sync. Alright, while syncing I got some error out here which is saying that plugins are missing dependencies, so I need to run npm install, and out here for the iOS you can pass it particular permissions. Well, I won't pass that up because I don't want to use the photo library uses. I don't want to use that up for the time being, so I'll just skip that up. If you want, definitely you can do it up. So I'll just hit npm install, or npm I also, you can just type it down. Let's try this out. Once everything is done, again I'll go for the syncing part. Okay, well, again it is showing that the plugins are missing. I don't understand why it is showing in that particular manner, but anyways, let's try it once again. Not for the syncing part, but for opening up in Android with the changes, and it's ready to go. Let me hit on the run button again, and let's try this time. So I'll click on Instagram. Okay, still unable to load image. Why? Well, I think it would be better if you pass the image via Photos library. Okay, I think that will be better. For that you can use the camera plugin, which I've already shown how to use that up, and the path you can directly pass it out here. Okay, if you do that up, then it's going to be pretty easy to share via Instagram directly. Okay, so let's skip that for the time being because it's taking a lot of time out here, but it's going to work. Obviously the URL that I'm sending, it's not direct link to the image. That is why that is creating a problem. Directly the assets one also cannot be accessed in that particular manner as a string. So because that only works in the img tag. Okay, so I need to pass the proper path for that particular link. That's what it is not been able to figure out, and that is what you can pass via camera plugin. Okay, that's what Instagram also does. When you want to post something, it will go to the library, allow you to access it up and work with that. Alright, so moving ahead, what I'll do, let me just close the Android Studio, and in the project, well, I will run it in iOS this time. So Ionic cap open iOS. Alright, it has opened up in the iOS one, in the Xcode basically. So out here, if I want to change this up, I'll just scroll to the top. You can see my phone is showing up out here. Let me just select that up, and I'll directly hit the run button this time because everything is good to go. Let's try this out, whether it works or not. Well, I'm not certain whether it will work, but let's try this out. Alright, build succeeded. That's great. I was not expecting actually, because with Cordova plugins I faced a lot of problems for the iOS one. Okay, my device is unlocked. Why it is not being able to? Let me just try it again. I'll just cancel this up. Alright, the build succeeded again. Why it is saying prepare to failed? Alright, this time I think it is getting installed because I just removed from the USB one and I connected it again. Now it is running in my iPhone. Let me open the recorder. Alright, the recorder has opened up. Now let me click on Twitter first of all, and you can see Twitter has opened up and I'm able to share. I have got the option to share. Alright, so let me just click cancel. Twitter is working pretty nicely. How about Facebook? What's wrong with Facebook? Okay, shit not being presented, calling premature completion. Why is that so? What's wrong with this? Do I need to share an image for that or what? Don't know. Let's try with Instagram. Well, in Instagram, okay, the Facebook is coming up, but it was pretty late, right? Well, I don't know. It got little late. Let me click on Instagram. Okay, for the Instagram, it has opened up the share one. That's quite weird. Okay, I have selected Instagram. Let's see what happens. Well, I'm not pretty much sure what is happening out here. Well. What should I do now? What if I select anything else, say like Facebook? It is not sharing because the image is not available properly, right? That is the problem I think in Instagram, but Instagram will work if you pass a proper image URL, okay? Then let me try with the email one. So I clicked on the email. You can see the text and to whom you should send. It is showing up. So that's pretty okay. Oops. Okay, not a problem. Now let's check the WhatsApp one. So WhatsApp, I'll open it up. So it has opened up the WhatsApp directly. I have just selected an account and I'll hit the next button. Now you can see the text and the URL is showing up, not the image. Image is not showing up. No need to worry about it. So WhatsApp is also working, right? Let me try with the last one. That won't work, I suppose, but let me just try it out. Okay, it worked actually. So the WhatsApp to phone is also working directly out here. For the iOS one, you can see out here, right? So that is pretty great actually. It's working pretty nicely. Let me just close it up, clear everything, and let me try it again. I'm not sure. So I'll close this and try it once again. I'll just select this up. Yes, it is working. So now I'm pretty much clear that with WhatsApp to phone, iOS, it works in iOS also. So I'm very glad to see that up. Okay, so this is how it is working in both Android and iOS. Just the photo sharing is not working properly, so let me think about it. Alright, now I got a URL out here which I have taken from my Ionic course, which is in Udemy. You can check the link below. There is a limited period offer that is going on. So out there I have already uploaded a lot of images, so I have just taken one URL from that and I have opened it up, so it is opening up. Now this particular URL, well, I have already parsed it in the home page when I was just looking for this particular URL. So this is the URL. I won't share this particular URL with you. Okay. You just get your own URL. Okay. So once I have pasted out here in this particular property name image URL, I am using it out here and I've replaced with the earlier URL, the asset one which I just parsed for the Instagram also and for the WhatsApp also. All right. Now let's try with the iOS only because that is already connected. But I want to tell you one thing. Why WhatsApp, we have already seen in which one? In the Capacitor plugin, that when we are sending the image, we won't be able to see the text. And when we send the text, we won't be able to see the, well, no. If you want to send the text and the URL, then the image is not needed. Just we saw, right? So this will be the change. I just want to tell you at first. So this particular one and this one will not show up in iOS, but in Android it will show up. Okay. When we are sending the image, just imagine that if you're sending the URL in this particular manner, definitely it will show an image also at the top. That is why it's going to collide. Similar case happens in case of Instagram also. Well, if you are sending this particular text message with the URL, then this particular URL, the image one will show up. The text won't show in iOS. So that's how it's going to work. Let's try this out so that you can understand it properly. Let me try quickly with the iOS one. So let me I have already run Ionic Cap Sync. So you can just run this particular command to sync everything. Then I am going to open this up in iOS. Okay, and run this application quickly. Let me replace it because I have already tested in iOS. That is why it was showing me to replace. Now it is opened up in my iPhone and the recorder is on. Now let me simply try for the Instagram one. I'll click on Instagram and the options are showing up. Let me just select Instagram from here. It is not directly redirecting me to the Instagram one. So I'll just select Instagram and you will be able to see the image out here, right? So this is the image that is showing up, and if you go forward, let me go for feed, next. You can see in the caption there is no message, right? So that is what is going on out here. You can try it in iOS. You can try it in Android, how it performs. So let's check for the WhatsApp also. I'll click on WhatsApp. I'll go to WhatsApp and out here you will be able to see, I'll select an account. When you're sending the image, definitely you cannot directly send the image to a particular person. You have to select the medium and that's how you send it. So out here you can see images showing up, but in the caption it's empty. So that's how it's going to work in iOS. Well, you have to select which one you need to send out here. Okay. But still we are able to share image via WhatsApp or other mediums also. We have seen how it actually works. Now let's test this in Android also. So what I'll do, I'll just open it up in Android because the syncing is already done. So this is the Android one. The device is showing up. Let me hit on the run button and it is installing in the device. Almost done and it's ready. All right, I have switched on the recording. Let me go for Instagram and out here nothing happened actually. Let me just try it one more time. Instagram, it is still not working. It is opening the Instagram but not sharing anything. Okay, I'm not sure what is the problem. Let me just inspect it up. So let me just go to the browser out here. Where is it? Minimize it up. And out here I'll simply open Chrome Inspect. Let me maximize it and do it. So Chrome Inspect, where is it? This is the one. Now the device is showing up. Let me inspect it. All right, what is wrong out here? If I click on it again, let me try it with Instagram again. I'll click on it and it is saying okay, but it is not sharing out here. So what should I do? I think I have appropriate permissions. But anyways, let's try with WhatsApp what it does. So in WhatsApp, I'll select an account and the file format is not supported. Okay, that's a little weird. What kind of file format I have? Let me just check it out. Let me maximize it and out here. Okay, it's too long actually and there is no proper file format. Yes, it's true. What if I remove this part and try it now? Let me simply copy this up and try it out here. If it shows again the image. No, it is not showing. I need to give the permission out here. All right, that is the problem. So getting a URL for the image is quite tough. All right, now what I simply did is I accessed my domain Okay, and to my server I have just uploaded one image, name as image.jpg, and this is the URL which I'm going to use right now. Okay, you can even hit this URL, but I don't recommend that you use on your own. Fine. So this is the one that I'm going to use right now. Let's try this up and see how it actually performs. So I have already run the syncing part, okay, using this particular command. Then I have opened it up in Android, and once it is opened up in Android, I have already run this up in my phone. So it is already running in my phone. Let me just show you the screen. So out here I will simply hit on Instagram this time, and you can see it is opening up Instagram. It is taking a little bit of time, but you can see this is the image. This is the image of my course on Udemy. So this is what it is sharing. If I hit on next button, again next, then in the caption I don't see anything out here also. All right, but other things are pretty okay. But in the for the caption, I think I have already paused the functionality in the Instagram for the message one, but still it is not showing anywhere. Anyways, that's okay. I'll just move back to the application and I'll try the WhatsApp one. So I've clicked on the WhatsApp and it is opening up. I'll select an account and you can see the image is showing up along with the text and the URL also. All right, so that is how it is actually working in the WhatsApp one. Like I already said, for the Android it shows in the similar manner, and that's how you can share it up. So that is how it is working in Android and iOS. So I hope you have understood this part. Okay, so we are able to successfully integrate the social sharing into our application, Ionic application, with Capacitor using the Cordova plugin via Capacitor. Okay, that's what we have done. So this is nicely working. You can integrate this particular stuff with the earlier one that I have shown with the Capacitor camera plugin and sharing plugin. Okay, so you can just use this up along with that to share wherever you want. So this is the whole thing about social sharing. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and do share with your friends. And also, if you're new out here, well, all the content that is provided, it is for free. So kindly subscribe to the channel for free and share with your friends as much as you can. Okay, so with this, I'll wrap up this video out here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.